Hey guys, what's going on? I've got a news flash for everybody, so I am going live just to show you how the wheat trade is panning out. We have scaled out of this position, and we are following the entire trend all the way down. Here's where we got in this morning. We put a Fibonacci retracement on there, pulled back into that supply zone, and hit our entry. Also produced a couple of TrendCloud signals inside of the supply zone. Worked out beautifully. If you'd like to see this trade take place from the very beginning, just go over to the YouTube channel and you will see it there live on today's live stream. The other thing is I just want to go over how we are going to scale out of this position and what we did. And also, I have updated the TrendCloud Indicator. So if you click onto the indicator, right in under Inputs, scroll down, and you will now see a box right here for text color. So a lot of people were using dark backgrounds, kind of like how we use here. Okay, so now you can actually color, and I have to update this. To update your TrendCloud, what you're going to do, let's just say remove indicators, and then go back into your indicator setup. And I have updated it. So the same, the same indicator, just click onto it again. Okay, and now you have the option right down here, text color. See, we can't see the color of the text on here. Make it white. Okay, and now you'll be able to see, and there you go. So there you go. Okay, now we're going to put this, add these to the entire layout, and now we've got everything on the entire layout. So now you can use TrendCloud on your darker backgrounds. Thank you, everybody, with the critique and the information and the requests. That is what makes this team and this membership so valuable, because the people who are investing in TrendCloud are also making it better. Okay, so all of you who are using this right now are giving me such great feedback. And as soon as I receive the feedback, I will change everything pronto. This took a little while because my programmer, was completely backed up. I have a freelancer that I use for my programmer. He is unbelievable. And he did this for me today. So thank you guys for that update. We can now change the color of those numbers. Now, let's take a look here. I'm on the 15-minute chart, and we got into that wheat trade today because we saw it was in our scanning system, right? It popped up in our scanning system. We said, okay, let's take a look. We went over here. We saw that this morning, let's get over to this morning right here. Okay, we saw today's Thursday, the 11th, right around 10 a.m. We started seeing those signals to the downside, and we said, okay, let's match that up now with our multiple time frames. Let's go through our TrendCloud process. Okay, let's go through our process and see if this is a good trade to take. All right, so let's just erase everything, and I'll go over it from the very beginning. 4-hour chart, the trend is down. We are also cycling down. That means we're in an impulse phase. Okay, so downtrend, impulsing down, and momentum is also down. So we've got all three indicators or elements, right? Trend, cycles, and momentum. We've got three elements there that are all facing down. Okay, what do we have on the middle chart? Now we're getting into multiple time frame analysis. Okay, that's the fourth element. And we're looking at momentum here as well. Okay, so momentum is down on the 1 hour chart. The only thing that wasn't down at the time, and still not, well, no, actually now we are, but that 50 simple moving average is still green, but we do have the crossover, right? So we're in this sort of pseudo downtrend on the 1 hour chart, but that's just one piece of information that's missing. And remember, I always say, if there's one piece of information missing, no problem within this TrendCloud system. 2 pieces of information missing, walk away from the trade, okay? If we didn't have momentum on our side, forget it. We would have walked away, okay? But we do have momentum. So this was the only piece that gave us a little bit of trouble. 15-minute chart is in a downtrend, okay? And what did we look for? We looked for the very first supply zone, and this pullback, notice how this pullback here, notice how this pullback into this supply zone, okay? The pullback into this supply zone, this is the first pullback or the first correction of this downtrend. Take a look. Right there. Impulse down. Here is the first correction into the trend cloud, forming that number 2 wave. All right. Very, very powerful. So we knew that we were very early in this 15-minute downtrend. We have trend, momentum, and cycles all pointing down on the higher time frames. That checks all the boxes. Now let's add supply and demand. Okay, so here's your supply zone. That's the 5th element. And the 6th element is, in this case, resistance, right? The trend cloud itself is made up of moving averages. Those are resistance levels. We went one step further and grabbed our Fibonacci retracement line. We went from swing high to swing low at that moment in time, right here. Okay, and the way we did that was we went from the top of the cycle, right here, top of the cycle, to the bottom of the cycle, which was right here. Okay, once the cycle indicator crossed into the gray area here, this cycle was complete, okay? And we can say that this is the bottom. So we went from swing high to swing low, and we saw another resistance level right there, 50% retracement level right in the middle of that supply zone. Fantastic, fantastic. So we had trend, momentum, and cycles on multiple time frames. Okay, that's 4 elements. We have a supply zone. That's the 5th element. 6th element, resistance, right? So we had a component of each one of those elements. Trend, momentum, cycles across multiple time frames. Throw in supply and demand. And on top of that, you throw in support and resistance, and there you go. Now you've got yourself the perfect storm to take a trade. And that's what we do every single time we get into the market. Super excited about you guys posting results of your TrendCloud experience because this is what's going to get you funded by a prop trading firm, okay? Let's get funded by some of these prop trading firms. Imagine just passing their challenges because you're using an objective system, okay? They don't want you to pass the challenge. Believe me, they're going to make it really hard. They're going to make it real hard for you. So until your simulator, okay, until your simulator, let's go to the account history here. Until your simulator looks like this and you're all in the green, let's take a look. You see more green on here than red? Yeah. Okay. Took a few hits. Okay. This was actually this was actually a mistake right here. I was doing an example for everybody and I accidentally hit the wrong button, but we are in the green. Let's say this was a real, an actual failed trade. Right here, this wheat trade is going to cover all of these losses. All right. So when your simulator starts looking like this, guess what? You can start taking those challenges. So let's continue to move forward in our lessons and using TrendCloud very specifically. Now, right here, okay, is where we scaled out of the position. We entered the trade. We took like a 1.5 target, right? We took a 1.5 target right here, and we scaled out 2 contracts. Great. Put that money in the bank, and then I grabbed the stop loss, right? Stop loss was here. Now we're following this one contract. We're following this one contract down now. So where are we going to put the stop loss? Honestly, doesn't really matter, guys. Doesn't really matter. You've got one contract. We're going to let this sucker go as far as it's going to go. Okay. Now, do you see how we pulled back and made this top? See this green line on your trend cloud? Okay. You can engage that line in your styles here. If you want to keep those lines on, you got the lines right here. See that? See it flashing on and off? So your lines are going to tell you when you can move that stop loss. When price breaks through your swing low, then you can take your stop loss and bring it right there. Okay? Locking in $225. All right. That is how you do it. But as of right now, look, we can put it there now, but what we really want to do, okay, what we really want to do is keep this at least above the trend cloud. Okay. Like let's say we're not going to lose more than $100. We're not going to give back more than $100. If this thing, rips to the upside, hey, we don't know what's going to happen. But if it rips to the upside, we'll lock in that $100. The idea, guys, is to stay in the trade like this, from crossover to crossover. Okay. We get in the trade. We don't want to get out of the trade until we see blue candles or a crossover. That's what we're going to do here. All right. So that's it for now. I just wanted to give you that quick news update. I will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Thanks, everyone.